Hey, what is up everybody? It is Wick here, and I've got a video on some retail arbitrage finds that I have sold on Amazon using FBA. And I go through, when I make these videos, I try to pick items that are kind of unique, something we can talk about and learn from. Because a lot of this stuff is just boring to see. It's not like stuff I'm finding at garage sales or thrift stores that are more unique and interesting. I have picked out some items. The first one here is this Husqvarna. These are trimmer heads. I got these at Lowe's not too long ago. I only paid $3 for these a piece. They were normally in the 20s at Lowe's. I ended up selling mine for $26.95. Sold all 6 of them and got $90.30. My profit on each one was $15.05. So this was a great flip. And I remember at Lowe's, they did not want to sell me these. When I went to pay for them, the lady kind of looked at it like, I don't think this is right. I don't think they should be this cheap. And they made me wait quite a while. And it was kind of annoying because I was doing a thrifting run and I just stopped in here. I wanted to get going because I wanted to get back by a certain time. So they went and checked and talked to someone, and a woman came over and was like, yeah, you have to sell them to them for that or something. So yeah, because they were ringing up that price, like the tag and the computer system was saying that. So I don't know why they were giving me trouble. Anyway, I got them and I ended up making $90.30. They were really fast flip. So here's something else I got at Lowe's. This is a Kichler Chrome LED flush mount. And when I scanned this, it was, this was only $5 and something at Lowe's. And when I scanned it, it was selling really high, like around $70. So I'm like, am I going to get that price? Is someone just pricing this thing up? It didn't really had the one customer review. So I went ahead and I got 2 of those, and I ended up pricing them at $69.99, and they sold. So made $47.44 on each one for a total of $94.88 profit after all fees and cost and shipping. So that's a pretty good profit. And you have to kind of think outside the box when you're looking at this stuff. A lot of times you're going to see prices just priced way too high. You're never going to get that, but sometimes you will. And I knew at $5 and something, I was going to be able to, still make money even if the price dropped. You can see now someone's trying to get $99.98. Maybe they will, maybe they won't. It's hard to say. If somebody has one of these and they need another one exactly like it and they can't get it at Lowe's anymore, they may come to Amazon and pay that, or maybe someone just likes the style and they're willing to pay that. Who knows? Certainly something to keep in mind when you're selling stuff. Supply and demand, you can definitely raise and lower the price, and people will typically pay it if it's something they need. Here's another thing I want to talk about. Now, this was only 89 cents, and I sold it for $21.99 and got $14.41 profit in the end. And a lot of people, I won't say a lot of people, there's been people comment on past videos, especially the retail arbitrage videos, and I know it's because they don't understand what Amazon FBA is really. They'll say, why are you buying something to make $5 or $10? That's just not worth it. And $14 is definitely worth it for a little bit of work. Like, I would even sell this on eBay. Even if I made $5, if I'm paying 89 cents, all I have to do is add it to my shipment and put a label on it when I print them, throw it in a box with everything else. I always find it funny when people who don't understand Amazon or FBA and they make those comments. It's just like, you're making yourself look pretty dumb. Educate yourself before you before you want to criticize people. But anyway, yeah, this only one of these. This was something that would have been great if you found like 20 of them, right? That's just really good profit. ROI, 89 cents to make $14.41. So here are some commercial electric rustic iron light sconces. These came from Home Depot. You can see there's no reviews. The rank was kind of high. And let's see, let me look at my cheat sheet. These were $5.03. And I got two of them. And a lot of people may be worried about selling something like this because there's no reviews, the rank is kind of high. And honestly, they should be, because a lot of times, especially these Home Depot and Lowe's and Menards, Walmart clearance, they're going to be saturated. And if they're not selling good and it's not a popular item, no one's going to buy them. Now, this is something that comes with experience. If you've resold a lot, lights like this, the ones that are rustic iron and like the bronze, the darker colors, they always tend to do better than chrome and the satin nickel. Satin nickel still does okay compared to the chrome, but the rustic stuff tends to do better. So I figured people would be looking for these and they would end up being popular. You can see somebody just made this listing, probably bought them from Home Depot. They didn't capitalize black and stuff like that. But anyway, yeah, I bought two of them and made some money. So don't be scared if the listing hasn't developed yet, because you could be missing out on money. But don't go crazy. Don't buy 8 billion of them. You really have to learn how to leverage your buys, risk reward. Here's an example of looking outside the box. This was this came from Walmart. This was $13, but it had been torn open. It was pretty much new inside. It was still in the plastic and everything, but I couldn't sell it new on Amazon. So doing it just a little bit of research real quick, I seen that I could probably sell this for at least $40 used. Now, if you look at the price right now, it's $29.99 new. But this thing sells out fairly often at Amazon, and then the price for new ones, well, Amazon, I should say, sells out quick, and then the new ones from third-party sellers, they sell them for like $70. And so I figured a used one I could probably get $40. And the way I know this is you can look at things like Keepa and Camel, and you can find price history on Amazon products. You can see how often Amazon sells out and what happens to the price when that happens. And if you learn to look at that stuff, it only takes a few seconds once you learn how to read the charts, and you can just make a prediction. Sure, I'll pay $13 for this. I'll sell it for $40. And then I more than doubled my money. I got $15.03 in the end. So depending on when you looked at this item, if you looked at it when Amazon was selling it, you probably wouldn't have bought it for $13. But if you were looking at it when Amazon wasn't selling it, it'd been like $50 used. You would have been like, oh yeah, I'm buying this. But if you have that extra knowledge to kind of just, again, this comes with a lot of experience too, you start thinking really differently when it comes to stuff like this. And you don't just look and say, that's not good enough. I'm not, tripling my money. You ask yourself, is it possible in any situation, can I make money on this? So that's at least how my mind thinks, and that's about the best way I can describe it, I think. So here is some Walmart clearance. I picked up this for $15. It was brand new, sealed. And I don't sell Netgear and a lot of electronics anymore new on Amazon, just because of IP claims. I know Netgear, Linksys, Belkin, all the router and modem brands I don't mess with, and just a lot of other electronic-y stuff. Just because I'm trying to limit my chances of getting IP claims, even though it's going to happen at some point. I'm going to have to accept it. But anyway, I sold this as used like new because it was still sealed. And now this is a gray area, and I don't want to lead anyone into any trouble. So definitely do your own research. But I hear people talking about selling things like this still sealed, but used like new, and just putting that the warranty, no warranty or something like that. I've never done that, and I don't know if I'll never do it until I figure out if it's actually okay to do that. We have to contact Amazon actually and ask them, because a lot of times I guess the warranty is what causes the IP problems. Anyway, this one I just put that it had some corner box damage, because it did. It had like it was pushed in a little. Now if I was going to sell this new, I wouldn't have worried about that because it wasn't enough corner damage to really matter for a product like this. But since I was selling it as used, that was the reason I gave for selling it used. Anyway, I could have sold it for $87.95. I could have sold it on eBay, but eBay, it doesn't sell that well, that high on eBay new. It sells around the same price as I sold it used on Amazon. So the reason I sold it on Amazon, though, is because it's cheaper. Because the shipping, it only cost me maybe 25-30 cents to ship this into Amazon with everything else. With eBay, I would have had to pay, if they were selling for $59.99 plus free shipping, I may have paid up to $15 to ship this depending on where it went. So, yeah, I paid more in fees than I would on eBay, but in the end, it kind of balances out and I make a bit more money on Amazon. So I made $30.93 after all fees. On eBay, I probably would have made $20, $25. So it wasn't a huge difference, and I would have sold it on eBay, but I want to try to sell some of this stuff used like new. If anyone has any experience selling this kind of stuff, not new, like used like new, let me know how it's going. I'd like to know your strategy behind that. Here's something I swear I might have talked about. I can never remember what I've actually shown in some of these videos, but this was these Ninja Rocket Deluxe Pro vacuums. I got 7 of these for $50 at Lowe's not too long ago, and I kept one for myself, and I still got one down there, I believe. And I've sold 4 of these, and I've sold them for $173.99. I've got $94.18 profit on each one for a total of $376.72 between all 4. And these are vacuums. The boxes are big, but I never let that really deter me sending stuff into Amazon, unless it makes it so I don't make a profit. And then obviously I care about the size of the box. However, something like this is definitely nerve-wracking because of the IP claims. But it's such a lot of money that I think it's okay to risk there. If I was able to get 7 more, I would probably sell them again just like this. Here is some sort of pressure reducing valve. I got a couple of different ones of these at Home Depot. 2 different times actually. I emptied the shelf one day, and then like the next week I went back and they had more on the shelf. I did check top stock, so I don't know where they came from. But anyway, I ended up selling 6 of these things. I paid $22.03, sold them for $87, made $47.92 on each one for a total of $287.52. And the other one I've sold, I think I might have sold all of them. I had 5 or 6 of those too. And I sold those for $57 something, but I also only paid like $17, $19, something like that. So I paid less for them. But the profits are still great on these. It was a really good score, and a good example of why I do retail arbitrage. And then finally, Britta Blue Pitcher. These, boy, they were a lot at Walmart. I think there was 30 plus of these on InCap, and they were down to $10. They're actually showing like 15 or another price, and I scanned them with the Walmart app, and I realized these are actually lower than what the price is saying. I do that sometimes when there's potential to make money. Looking at the listing and the reviews and how big they were, pretty big in the package, I didn't want to go too deep on them. I bought 6 of them in the end, and that's because I didn't want to buy them all. They would take up a ton of space, and at the time they were selling for like $59.99, and I knew that price was really inflated and it was probably going to go down. So I kind of estimated in my head the risk, the reward, and just picked up 6 of them. And I figured if I just doubled my money in the end, that was still worth it. And that's kind of, actually I didn't quite double my money. I sold them for $33.23. And I got $9.88 profit in the end. So the 4 I sold, I got $39.52. Now there was one that was cracked right at the tip. I ended up just keeping that for myself, and that's the one I use now in my refrigerator. And I like it a lot. And I got another one I just haven't sold yet. I keep forgetting to send it in, so I assume that will sell for about the same price. But that's something you have to do when, like, sometimes you're going to see a lot of one product, and you really got to ask yourself if you want to go 100% in, because there's some situations where you're going to want to buy every single one you can buy. And there's some situations where you don't want to buy every single one because of space, handling, and the potential of it just falling in price. And this was just one of those situations I wanted to protect myself. And I'm glad I didn't buy, 30 of them just to make, just to double my money with all that space. I would have made more money in the end, but it would have been more of a hassle. And I can see the price is now $31.99. It may keep going down. So my last one, I may only make like $7. And also I was afraid of I had to factor in the breaking. So I bubble wrap these before I send them in, like the tips or any plastic showing. And I looked in the reviews, a lot of people did receive them cracked or broken. So I get asked a lot about what's a good rank to sell something in on Amazon. It's just, there's so many factors to consider. If this right here was like this big and well packaged, and you're only spending $2 to make $10, then I would say, the rank means something different than, if you get what I'm saying. Rank is 100% not everything. It's just one piece of every piece of data you should be looking at when you're selling on Amazon. But that's going to do it for the video, everybody. I hope you learned something. I know I'm learning something every day. If you enjoyed the video, make sure to hit that like button for me. Follow me, subscribe. Wick. It's actually not Wick. It's flipping_junk. I'm on Instagram, Twitter. This has been Wick. Until next time.